What's going on, everyone? So today we're getting started on our drift car. We're gonna get the motor and everything pulled out, and we're gonna get our valve covers here resealed, get our half moons changed and fixed, sealed, so we'll no longer have an oil leak. We'll get our injector switched back over to our Nismo 740 cc's, and honestly, that's it. This engine will be ready to drop. So we're gonna get this ready to drop today. Sorry. Last night I was out till 1. We got our transmission out of the drift car. Got it right back here. I don't know. I just committed to it. I've been so sick of not having a fast car, so to speak. I mean, this car, I love it. It's a Z, you know, it's got torque now that we just changed the clutch, but it's not boosted. Wow, are they slow compared to a turbo car. I don't know. I've made the change. I've seen the dark side. I can't go back. I love boost. So we're gonna see if we can jam this all out today, get our harness actually switched over in the car since we cut the old one out and left half of it in. We'll get it installed correctly, and we'll get a couple new clamps for this, because even though this came on it, it's still not tight enough. Go figure. It's leaking everywhere. So we're gonna get jamming out on this, but first, since that's relatively easy, and when we're ready, we'll pull that and just drop this one right in it. So we're gonna go ahead and do the valve covers now. So now we've got our valve covers on. They've been pre-sealed. We just hand tighten them so we can let the RTV cure. We actually have some smooshed out this time. I made sure to get some at least. So also made sure to clean the surfaces real good with brake cleaner and everything, so there's no oil to prevent the seal, or the adhesion I should say. So now we're just going to start putting everything back. Well, actually not yet. We've got to wait till we can torque them down before we tighten our spark plug tube seals and guides, whatever you want to call them. So I actually think we're going to take a bathroom break, go up, and we'll be back down here. We'll start pulling the other motor, since it's really where we're at now. A couple painstaking hours later, we've got our valve covers on. I've got about all my little hoses, the PCVs back on for the time being till we do our catch can. Got everything hooked, our valve covers tight. What we're working on now is we will get our fuel injectors out of here. We're gonna finish pulling that out. All we got is the engine mount nuts, the 2 accordion hoses on the front, and power steering related stuff. Other than that, it's ready to come out. Well, transmission harness where it comes to the body, but other than that, that's pretty simple. So we'll go ahead and rock this out and try to get this pulled in. Well, I have no idea where the GoPro died. I forgot it was low battery. But we've got one engine out, and we've got another about to go in. We just took our clutch off. Now, what we will do, we will put our flywheel back here on this as soon as we drop it off the stand. Get our plate over there, clutch there, Then we'll remove our intake plenum and we'll get access to our fuel injectors so we can switch them over in the rail.
What's he doing down there, Shannon?
I'm trying. Harness is ran the right way. Now, officially time to drop since we got our other motor mount out. What's up, guys? It's a new day. Last night got a little bit done. Not too much. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, I knew it was gonna storm, rain, whatever today, but instead it just rained. More or less it rained a little bit, and it is incredibly windy. Like now I have a huge pile of leaves out here, which I hate because I gotta worry about them blowing inside. But we ended up getting the motor dropped in. Right now the mounts are just loose. It's just sat in there. Nothing's been ran or done. I just sat the balance tube on. So it would be sealed up. Obviously put stuff in each of our piping. I guess I didn't do down there. Whoops. Oh, it'll probably be alright. Now what we're gonna do, we've got our jacks out here. Gonna finesse this car up, get it on all fours, and wrestle the transmission in there. Once I get that in there, I will be 100% accomplished. Everything else will be fairly simple. So yeah, I'm really just looking forward to that, only because of the hard time I just had with one. It was very annoying, and I really don't want to do it again. We've been plucking away. We've got everything on the bottom side in. We've got our transmission in, shifter hooked up, bolted down, drive shaft, exhaust, engine mounts, trans mount, all wiring. So now we've got all of our engine harness plugged in officially now. We just need to get our trans harness, connect our intake pipe. I've got a snake and accordion hose back here. Get our boost hoses, fan, radiator, and fuel rail. Well, upper fuel rail at least. And then we'll be on the verge of starting this. Alright guys, so I believe everything's done. I mean, not everything. I've still got to wire like my boost controller and do my fuel pump wiring. Just got to put my battery in and get this upper radiator hose. And we're good for a first start. So I'm gonna go throw those on real quick, and then we'll get out here with the jump pack and see what she does. All right, jump pack's on. ECU's all hooked up. Everything is done minus coolant and power steering fluid being topped off. And obviously my shift knob here. Look at that. Alright, got our key. Fresh oil change as well. Wait a second, make sure we hear the fuel pump prime. Also, I'd like to see it on the gauge as well. Prime to 40. Maybe our jump pack's dead. You know, I don't even need to grab my jump pack to know what I did. I just thought of it as soon as I walked up to open the door to the barn. We don't have our PTU plugged in. It's right here. Well, it runs now. To give it a second to get some oil cycled through so I can rev it a little bit, so I can see if we are having that same fuel issue. I guess we could look at our fuel pressure. Wow. Something's going on. Fuel pressure right on 40. Like dead on. No flop, no give. It's the next day. We're getting our coolant bled in. About to crack this bleeder, but other than that, really all we need here, top up our power steering fluid. I mean, we're just gonna let it idle it out until then, kind of get a feel kind of how it's running, let it run a little bit longer, and get it hopefully to where we can drive it today. I think that'd be pretty sweet. So I just figured out why it was running pretty bad yesterday. Not bad, but I could tell it was underpowered, missing on the higher end of the RPM range when I gave it the blip. I didn't have the cylinder 5 injector plugged in, or not injector, but coil pack. So now it runs way better. Super smooth. So we're just gonna keep bleeding this out. Fill it up. McFarlane YouTube channel. Running pretty cool too. Well, she's running great. We're getting good vacuum on our boost controller. Temperature's running good. Radio's on. And this thing's running without a hiccup. Phenomenal. Nothing like the 85 cold starts, they tell you. Which this is kind of odd. It never said 0. Just pump the gas each time. Belt squeal that I don't have any idea why I even have it, but it's there. It's not even a squeal, it's just that nasty. Ugh. It's only with this fan, with this clutch fan too. If I use any other one, it goes away. I don't know if it's because it's good and it's just pulling so much air that it's forcing it to skip, but I've never had one that's acted like this, so I'm gonna check my coolant just because of this. Alright guys, I think that's gonna be the end of this video. And if you like what you see, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And stay tuned for our next video.